Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really important, something tough but universal, coping with family loss. We're looking at some really powerful ideas from a blog post by David Cortez. He does a great job capturing how deep this stuff goes. Our mission here is simple. Pull out some thoughtful, practical ways to navigate grief, maybe find some comfort and healing guidance. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and it's crucial because understanding these approaches, it can genuinely make that journey through grief feel a bit less overwhelming. It really helps you build resilience, gives you actual strategies, things you can use when you really need them.
So Cortez kicks things off with something that maybe feels a bit backward at first. He says trying to just power through grief. It actually works against you. He argues the very first step is simply acknowledging all of it, whatever you're feeling. Sadness, anger, confusion, all of it. Why is just allowing that so critical?
Well, what's really interesting is how much he stresses that grief is so personal. It's different for everyone. So he's basically saying, let yourself feel it all. Don't judge it. Think of it like this. If you try to bottle that stuff up, it doesn't just vanish. It actually gets in the way of healing, can even, make things tougher down the line.
That makes total sense. Okay, so you make space for those really intense internal feelings. What's next? Where does Cortez point us? It's interesting, he talks about the power of connection, which, sometimes feels like the last thing you want to do, right? You might want to just retreat.
Absolutely. But he connects it to the bigger picture, sharing those memories, even the hard feelings, with people who support you, family, friends. It does more than just offer comfort. It actually builds closeness, that mutual support. And it really pushes back against that feeling of being totally alone, which is just huge during such a hard time.
Right? Combating the isolation. Okay, so
Yep.
connecting with others. What about, actively doing something to remember the person? Cortez mentions creating a meaningful tribute. That really struck me. What does that actually look like?
He gives some really good concrete examples. Things like creating a memorial space, planting a tree maybe, making a scrapbook, or dedicating an event. And these aren't just gestures. He explains they're a positive way to channel your emotions, a tangible outlet. It lets you actively work with your feelings and really honor their memory, their impact.
But sometimes the pain is just, it's too much, isn't it? Even with friends, even with tributes, Cortez is pretty clear. Getting professional help isn't failing. It's a valid step. What kind of help does he suggest, and how does it, actually work?
He points specifically to therapists, grief counselors, support groups too. The key thing, he says, is that they offer structured guidance. They can help you unpack those really complex emotions. And, maybe most importantly, they give you tools, healthy coping strategies you can use long term.
Okay, so professional support is one avenue, but he also talks a lot about self-care. Because grief really does hit you physically and mentally, doesn't it? What kind of practices does he recommend just to help you get through?
Oh, definitely. He mentions basic but vital things. Trying to eat balanced meals, getting enough rest, easier said than done, I know. Gentle exercise, too, like walking or yoga. And then things like mindfulness, meditation, or even just journaling. He connects these directly to getting some emotional clarity, some relief. It's like, putting on your own oxygen mask first. You gotta tend to yourself.
So it's managing the immediate stuff, but also understanding the bigger picture. Cortez reminds us to just accept the journey itself. What's he getting at there?
Yeah, he's very clear. Grief isn't on a schedule. There's
Okay.
no straight line from A to B where you just get over it.
Yeah.
Which means you really have to be patient with yourself, accepting the good days and the really tough ones, and celebrating those small wins, those little steps forward. He says those are actually huge parts of emotional recovery. It's about moving through it, not just getting past it.
And finally, he leaves us with this really powerful note of hope. That even though loss changes everything, it can actually reveal something positive too.
It's quite profound, actually. He suggests that loss, while incredibly painful, can also highlight your own resilience. It can deepen your understanding of love, make you appreciate relationships even more, and over time, he says, that sharp pain can shift. It can transform into a kind of gratitude for the memories, for the person's lasting presence in your life.
So wrapping this up for you listening, the main takeaway from David Cortez seems clear. You are definitely not alone when you're coping with family loss. Lean on your people, honor whatever you're feeling seriously, all of it, and find those meaningful ways to keep your loved one's memory alive and present.
And maybe this brings up an important question to ponder. How might really embracing this gradual, kind of messy, nonlinear journey of grief, and recognizing how it can actually show us our own strength, deepen our love, how might that ultimately change how we understand not just loss, but life itself?
That's a really powerful thought to sit with, something to reflect on as you find your own unique way towards hopefully renewed peace and understanding.